You're watching News 54.
Our prayer every single day depends on how we are able to flatten this curve. When will we be able to get to an infection rate that has gone to a high of almost 27% in those counties that I've mentioned, back down to below 5%, which is the recommended level in order for us to be able to open up the economy again. So all I can say is, fellow Kenyans, I know it is difficult, but we cannot pretend that this disease is not with us. We cannot ignore the advice that we are getting from the World Health Organization, from CDC Africa, from our own experts, that the only way to save lives is to take the measures that we have taken. Please, let us work together. Let us cooperate and collaborate with our health experts. And the sooner every single Kenyan begins to do that which is necessary, the sooner we shall be able to get back to normal. Point number 2 is that it is a fact that there is a global problem in the supply chain of vaccines. Every single country is having problems accessing vaccines. But what we are doing is working day and night with all the different partners that we have across the world to ensure that we are able to get these vaccines in the shortest time possible in order to be able to first and foremost ensure that all frontline workers are vaccinated. Secondly, those who are most vulnerable and those living with comorbidities, it's those living with comorbidity and those who have are above a certain age, again are also covered as we move towards vaccinating generally the adult population of Kenya. So we are working day and night to ensure that we have these vaccines here and available. But I give you the assurance that anybody, and that is why it is very important for the records that are being maintained by, that's why you're being asked for your telephone number, your place of residence, and all those questions. Those questions are so that when your time comes for the second injection, you are made aware that your vaccine is in place X. Please make yourself available to be administered with a second dose. So nobody who has received the first dose will miss out on the second. And point number 2 is that we are working day and night to ensure that we are able to get the necessary supplies in order to be able to vaccinate our population.
Even on matters tax. Thank you.
Well, you must first and foremost recognize that this lockdown is very different from the first one. The last lockdown that we had, we had to lock down the whole country. And that is why we had to take some of those measures, because we basically locked down the whole country and the whole economy. This time, luckily, some counties have done extremely well. And the rate of positivity was not the same across the whole country. So we were able to narrow it down and lock these. I think there were five counties. The rest are still functioning as per normal. And it is our hope that within that 30-day period, and hopefully even sooner, when we are able to bring that curve down, like I said, to below 5%, that we shall be able to resume. And that is why we have not locked down, like I said, we have not locked down the economy. We have locked down specific areas that have been mentioned by our health experts as being the areas of super spreaders. And that is public events. That is where people, more than 50 people gather. That is why bars have been closed. That is why churches have been closed. But the rest of the economy is still going on. We have not closed our markets. They are still operating, all within normal operation times. We have not closed down factories. In fact, factories are still operating on double shift. Yes, so we have a problem in the hospitality sector. We possibly also will have a problem in the entertainment sector. And we will look to see how we can work together to support some of these sectors. But that will have to be on an issue-by-issue basis, because it's not, when you talk tax, you talk about the whole country. You're not talking about a section of the country. So we will have to look at whatever measures that we can take that can specifically apply to within those particular counties. We have, for example, in Nakuru, where they have said there will be no licenses, will be paid, because that is how they are going to cushion the business operators in Nakuru. We hope the other counties will also do similar interventions, so that the levies that people have been paying and so on and so forth, are waived in those counties that are affected. So it will have to be a case-by-case basis, because this is not a national lockdown, and we cannot do different tax measures, for one county as opposed to another. This is what I hope you will understand.